Emily, no.
Hey,
stop.
Whoa.
Fight right now.
What?
Get away from
now.
Security.
He's harassing us.
What's going on? Right now. I'll kill you right now.
Security, please.
Security.
So Buddy ran up on him. He tried to get one of their numbers. I can't remember if it was Senna or Valkyrie or whoever. Tried to get one of their numbers, turned down, and then threatened to basically end their lives because he couldn't get the number. Now, just off top, if anybody has any comments before we continue down this storyline, like this is crazy. This is actually pretty crazy. This is
super crazy. This is very crazy. It's super sad. It's super nasty, and it just goes to show how many degenerates really be in these women's communities and how much precautions they need to be taken whenever they are out and about and intermingling with people. This is nasty and this is weird. And that's super weird.
For me, I just feel bad because especially whether it is as a creator or really any person that just like enjoys YouTube and Twitch in general, that like we've been asking, yo, let's get more women in like the hemisphere. Let's get more women in the community to be doing these streams and to be comfortable in these environments. Because obviously, you know, some girls just not gonna mess with the AO jokes and the WL culture or Potter community or whatever the case. So it's just unfortunate that that they have to go through that as a streamer, let alone as just a woman. That's also just another thing for me. It's just the unfortunate reality of being a woman in life. But I'm glad they were safe. I'm glad they got out of the situation. The weird guy, that's some weird to do.
I just wonder when we're actually gonna have an actual conversation about IRL streaming, because I said this in my stream. Seems like every single day we find out how dangerous IRL streaming can/has been, both for the creator and for people in the content. Like, this is a case of the creator being endangered due to the nature of IRL streaming. People are stalking you online. You know, you meet weird fans in public and they do some weird, and now as the creator, you're in danger. We've also seen recently with Deshae that because the content creator is this clout-driven, clout-hungry person, that they do wild in public. So now the public's in danger. So, every time I bring this up, everyone just calls me like a hater. You're just not a real content creator. I mean, it's entertaining, all these different things. But I feel like at some point we got to have an actual conversation about IRL streaming and how problematic it's actually been, even though it's one of those things where, like, in actuality, there's nothing wrong with the basis of streaming in public, but the situations that play out because of it is just too much. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, I know this is your stance or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't have brought it to just the nature of IRL streaming as a whole and use especially this moment as the moment to grandstand about it. Whether this man was mentally ill or not, this was just a disgusting act. Full stop. Like, he should be institutionalized, jailed, all this, that, and the third. And the fact that rejection is what took him to this situation lets us know that there's a problem. There's many a story of people or women who have been rejected and then ended up in a box. Not even trying to joke, but literally ended up dead because of this. And the fact that it almost happened online, I think that is crazy. People this is a real life conversation that needs to be had. Streaming shit.
Speaking of conversations that need to be had, again, I just feel sorry for these women because people are having conversations that don't need to be had. To me, like, I don't know what it is about Twitter. I'm not gonna say certain things because obviously there's segues to segues, I'm assuming, but like, people go out. I don't know what it is about the internet that has to have the okay, but this could have been done. Okay, but that could have been done. This, like, it's literal victim blaming ass shit going on. It's just like, yo. It's three women. A weird dude spins the block, says, "I'm gonna kill you," and reaches in his pocket. Which, I seen the clip. That's in I think it's Valkyrie. I'm sorry if I'm confusing the names, but yeah, they were crying and they were talking about how what y'all don't see is that the dude reaches in his pocket, then they gotta hide in the store and all this extra shit. It's just like, man, y'all talking about what this should have been going on and they should have did that, this, that, and the third, dog. If that's your mom, that's your sister, some shit like that, sure, they are streaming IRL, but that's just reality of women, dog. I'm not trying to hear that right now.
I do want to play their aftermath conversation first, and then we'll get into one of the bigger conversations that's being had around this. So apparently they hopped on stream and they decided to talk about this.
Running and trying to get something out of his pocket. And like I said, like you guys, when that clip cuts off, like we had to run into a store screaming that somebody was going to kill us so that somebody would step in and let us in the back. And we were lucky that one of the workers who was not like questioning us actually like believed us, and he put us all in the back. And they are panicked. They didn't know what to do, so they tried to bring us behind the buildings to help us, but we didn't know where he was. He I think when we went in the store, he backed off because it was a lot of people. And so we don't know where he was. We didn't know where he went, and we had to beg the workers to hide us because they kept trying to tell us that it's not their fault, but they kept trying to get us to go back around where it happened and saying that he was gone. But we said we didn't know if he was gonna come back. And so we had to hide in a shed for 15 minutes until the cops came.
It was
That's tough.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, someone trying to be
Yeah.
weirder now. But
I mean, that's for attention. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't even gonna bring those individuals up. Those like I think the genuine people that are trying to like conversate about shit they don't need to be talking about. I think those are actual humans. Some people in chat just yapping, just yap.
yeah. Well, Damo, I know. Well, Omar I don't know where he went. Damo got a face. What's the face for?
I mean, this is a very serious situation, and I feel so bad that they had to deal with that and go through that. So, it wasn't a face. I was just, watching her cry and give us details.
Okay. I was
Yeah, nothing more.
Oh no.
okay.
What? What's the
checking
oh
in.
no
That-
for? No, it
I was
was.
just,
I really don't want to
Did
sound
I-
like an
did I
asshole,
come-
so I'm just.
I came back
I'm
to a
letting it
temp
rock.
check. No, go ahead. Let it get it out.
No, I mean,
no, that one just had at least in my opinion, a face. And I was just asking, what's the face for?
I mean,
No.
white woman crying.
Oh God.
No, brother.
Now, when I said I didn't want to say it, it was no, get it off. Now I'm
Let
now,
him get it out. Let him get it.
it's just 3 days after Black History Month, and I'm supposed to care about a white woman crying. Like, I don't know.
God.
Ain't it March?
3 days after Black History Month, yeah,
That ain't it.
it's still too close for me to feel sympathetic. I already felt sympathetic with the situation. Like, that was very fucked up. The dude was super weird. I didn't like. I mean, that's a bigger conversation. I don't want to switch lanes, but I didn't like what I seen from the cameraman. Why are we still recording? Why are we still showing what's going on? Why are we not, I don't know, putting the fucking camera down and getting to safety, helping them get to safety more, or stepping in a little sooner? I don't know. But yeah, I'm the whole feeling bad because she crying shit. I just don't do good with people crying. So.
Well, let's story bend the corner in that direction, because that was a big portion of the conversation on Twitter was about how the cameraman specifically handled this situation. I'm gonna play a little bit more of the clip, put some meat on this bone.
Are we getting churros?
Kendrick, add it into the list.
Thanks for coming in, ladies.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow, and take care.
Wait, can we get churros or no? It's right here. Ooh, it might be better with the vendors. You need churro vendors though. Did you? There is one. You need, yeah. Do you want some sunglasses?
You can kind of see.
You like me? Incognito time. Stand behind me. like, I'm gonna keep following her.
Yeah. Like,
Where's your little Glock? I mean the lighter.
I'll beat him if I have to.
Forgot we're in public.
No, I'll.
Nah, they need a Glock. So I keep telling motherfuckers nowadays. At that shop.
Omar, I think you're muted. I think you're
Oh
muted.
yeah, I'm muted. My bad. He's clearly behind them and the cameraman at this point. Like behind the cameraman, they're looking at him.
I mean,
That's good.
I think we're just gonna go.
Let's go. Oh no.
GG's. It's lagging. But
Hey, excuse me.
No,
Security.
Emily, no.
Hey,
Stop.
Whoa.
Let's fucking fight right now.
What?
Get away from
Hey, what's going on?
Security.
you harassing us.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Right now. I'll kill you right now. I'll kill you right now.
Security, please.
Security.
how is stop lagging after we get to the part we seen? That's crazy.
Damn.
That is kind of crazy. Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah. The essentially what had happened was the man came up. Cameraman has his, shoulder on him, arm bar on him, or whatever. Has the camera still recording? A lot of people are asking why the cameraman did not do more in this situation. I know Damo has strong feelings. He kind of expressed a lot of them right there, but for a Sage and a B-Souls, do you have any thoughts about the cameraman doing something or whatever the case may be?
I mean, after I found out they had security, then no, I don't think it was the cameraman's responsibility to step in. Would it have been nice? Yeah, but to make the whole situation, which a lot of people did, oh, what, the cameraman? I just don't think it was that type of thing.
They did have security?
I believe so.
The park had security.
Okay, I'm about
Wherever
to say.
Yeah, they didn't have security,
Yeah,
but the
the
boardwalk
park
has. There was security
Yeah,
on the
okay.
boardwalk. Which,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously you would like to see a better performance out of the security guard there, but I guess for me, if the cameraman just turns into super nigga, isn't afraid of guns and shit, that'd have been nice, but I'm not gonna sit there and tell anybody if someone's already clutching, let alone if they had the shit out to like be super nigga and weave heem type shit. I'm not saying I would or would not behave the same way, because I've had shifts where it was just women, and sometimes I've acted irrationally, other times nigga, I don't get paid enough for this shit and I let them rob the store. So it's very much a situational thing. But yeah, nah, that definitely, then certainly cameraman certainly wasn't my takeaway from it. But if we're talking about that, yeah, I don't really I'm not looking at him like L cameraman because you didn't go out there and be Superman or something like that.
I know Damo disagrees.
I was gonna let Souls go before I.
He went.
No, I just want.
Oh, damn! That's how much I just didn't pay attention to that.
Damn, he's
Yeah,
fucking-
no one is. I was so sick that the conversation on Twitter turned into being super nigga. I'm so sick every time there was some. Well, actually, holla ass nigga. Well, if you were at work and then someone came in and attacked your coworkers, bro, I'm not saying give this nigga the John Jones 1-2 buckle my shoe. All I'm saying is in a situation where, and maybe I'm just wired differently, and maybe and I will say maybe it's a fault or not a fault. Maybe I can understand if the cameraman isn't familiar with them. They just hired a nigga on Craigslist to record while they walked around. In my experience doing content, the people that are the cameraman are somewhat familiar with the people on camera. That's just from my perspective of people I know, situations I've been in IRL. When it comes to IRL streaming and have a cameraman, niggas are just more familiar with the person. So I would think this man was more familiar with at least one of the women. If I'm filming and shit gets that awkward and uncomfortable, content is out the window. And if he's to the point to where this nigga is over my shoulder, just watching over my shoulder, and I see they are visibly uncomfortable, and there's just security around. Oh, security's at the venue, but we don't got security. Yeah, yo, gang, yo, relax. You making them uncomfortable. Like, de-escalate somehow. Because it turned from that to one of the women approaching him. It sounded like whoever Emily is, sounds like she approached him, which should not have been the situation. Y'all go ahead and go somewhere. Y'all walk ahead, go somewhere and try to get safe. Just get away from this dude. I'm gonna stay back and make sure he's not gonna keep following us. I'm gonna just try to de-escalate, turn him around, anything. I'm not saying put hands on him, but yo, bro, you're really making him uncomfortable. Let's chill out. I'm gonna call the security and shit like that. The videos, this content shit is over. How that turned into everyone just, oh, he got a gun and you trying to fight him. Oh, you being super nigga. That's a weak cop out. I don't understand what's the issue with intervening or stepping in, which is just de-escalating, not trying to fight, not trying to be tough, not trying to do none of that, just de-escalating when you are with women who are visibly uncomfortable by a stranger in public. I don't know. Yes, the cameraman did block him off after he attacked the first time or charged the first time, but there was plenty of time before in the full, like, it was like a 19-minute, 25-second clip of the whole situation, like kind of cut regardless. At 30 seconds in that clip is where I, in my head, said, yeah, the camera goes down now because he's being weird. He's being mad. Like, I don't want to say aggressive, but aggressive. And it's making them, you can see the women are uncomfortable. That's just my outlook on it. I don't know.
I mean, I do want to ask you, like, for situations like this, is this like a easier said than done thing? You know, like, shit is happening mad fast. Adrenaline might be running through motherfucker's body. People are starting to freeze up. Like, is that too much in hindsight take for situations like this?
No, I just think it's who you are. You will react based off of who you are in a situation. In a situation like that, people who have I'm going to protect the people I'm with mindset are going to immediately try to protect their people. People who have I don't know what's going on, let me just stay safe, are going to have I don't know what's going on, I'm going to stay safe mindset. It's just about who you are. And I'm not mad at the dude. I get it. I believe I would have went about it differently. That's it.
Well, I had wished that I guess I wish that I was heard then, because I definitely think that, like, up until the point where he's literally talking about, I'm going to kill you, and he reaches into his pocket, yeah, there could have been several things done to de-escalate the situation. That's not even I wouldn't even say too much of a conversation at that point. That's just like, that's not even like super nigga anymore, or even just like being a human. That's just like, yo, are you okay? But that's about that. But I was talking about from the standpoint of the second he is there, you've held him back, and he reaches into his pocket and he says, I'm going to kill you. At that point in time, someone will make the argument. I'm not a fan of it. I'm a fan of survival. Someone will make the argument to keep recording. I'm a fan of put the shit down and get the hell out of there. But I don't fault anybody who has the idea of keep the cams rolling but run type shit. I don't think, again, I just don't see that situation and be like, yeah, man, you know whose fault it is? The cameraman. I think when we have these conversations, we are absolving the fucking bozo who stalked these three women and threatened to kill them. That's why I'm kind of like, I ain't with that, because it's not like I look at that John and I'll be like, nah, the cameraman bitched out. I don't think the cameraman bitched out. I think the cameraman would have bitched out if he didn't hold him back. If dude really had like pushed the cameraman out the way and he had recorded the events transpiring after that. That's my takeaway from it. It's easy the same way that you'll be like, it's easy for niggas to turn the shit into super nigga. It's easy for niggas to turn it into like, it's like you a bitch or not a bitch type of shit. It's not always that concrete. And in this situation, I definitely don't think it was. The only thing that I definitely do agree with you on is, if it were me personally, not saying it's the right or wrong decision, because technically in the workplace it's the wrong one, but I'm not perfect. If it were me in that situation, though, and I had seen Buddy walking up and I seen the people that I'm recording kind of tense up, and I turn around and I know exactly who the fuck is making them tense up, I would say something. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. And nobody's going to sit there and disagree with you.
That's where I'm coming from. Again, I don't like how the conversation got turned into, I'm trying to be super nigga by certain bald niggas in the chat. I don't like how it turns into, oh, you got to be tough. Like oh, you gonna be tough and risk your life. I'm just saying, put the camera down and say something, because these women are visibly uncomfortable well before he starts getting aggressive. Well before then, that nigga is still in troll mode. He's still in weirdo mode.
When they start
like, yeah, like at that point, say something. I'm not saying beat the nigga up, but this isn't content no more. They are uncomfortable. Why are we still recording? Is my thing. And this is the same podcast that in plenty of other situations with other content creators, the conversation of why is the cameraman not moving smart? Why is the cameraman not turning the camera away, putting the camera down? We've had that conversation 100 times on this pod. I didn't think that this would be the situation where that's just so nuts.
I will say that this is their content. Like, this is content to them, and it's content up until it's the point of not being content. So like you can decide, I guess, but they all have different views of what is content. Some content creators, even the swing, the initial push punch, if there was an object, the object being pulled out, even that in and of itself is content. I guess somebody wants to make the distinguishment of, oh, well, they're women versus men, so maybe that might be the counter argument there. But I think the conversation for that collective of people is like, when is it content stop? When is the content keep going, or whatever the case may be. I am aligning a lot with Sage. I just my thought process didn't even go to what the cameraman couldn't have done, et cetera, et cetera. I do think part of the smarter thing to do is to record, to be quite honest with you. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that the cameraman was on a visa. Look, this ain't the time to be fucking around with no visa. Okay, I'm gonna just keep it 100,000 wows and cows in with y'all. It is not time. If you want a visa, if you want a MasterCard, if you want an Amex, if you want any of that shit, don't even get a traffic ticket. Okay, don't jaywalk, because this is not the time right now. So I just don't. I don't even know what a right thing, wrong thing. It can be your preferred thing, and if that was being conveyed, that's fine. It's just a lot of commentary around that, as opposed to commentary. And I know people are gonna say, "Well, you can do both or whatever." Let's just do one for right now. Let's get the commentary on what caused this. Why does the dude think this is okay? Let's have conversations of how we can prevent this. What conversations we should be having. And then we can have the conversations about protecting ourselves, et cetera, et cetera. I don't care if somebody said the cameraman Australian. They don't care, brother. Okay? If you got a visa, it don't matter where you're from.
And again, if the cameraman is somebody, again, like I said, I am reacting as someone who's only done IRL content, and the cameramen have been people who are with me, familiar with me, close to me in some kind of capacity. If this is just hired cameraman from Australia, it makes I get that. I don't watch their content. I don't know the backstory to the full extent, so I don't know why he acted like that. I'm just assuming through my lens, so I could be wrong for doing that. But Omar, can I ask you? So in this situation, well, I think it's fair to say you just don't believe in, if you're out and about, there's a man that's about to attack a woman, you wouldn't be of the camp that's saying, yeah, nah, there's no way you do anything. You would intervene in some situation or some capacity, right?
A random man?
Just you're out and about, and it could be let's just say a stranger, a random man. You just out in the neighborhood or whatever. You happen to be at the store, and then while you at the store, or you could be at a club. While you at the club, y'all kicking it, chilling around, and then some dude start beating up on some girl right there by you, like right there. You would
me? No, let me stop. No. The answer is no, brother. The answer.
So what's changed in the last year?
The answer is no, and I think even when we had that conversation a year ago, I wasn't even on the side of like fully stepping in or whatever, because we're talking about the brick lady, correct? We're talking about the brick lady, correct?
That's a pull.
Yeah, we can go back. We can go back and watch those clips.
You're right. So pull this up real quick. Why you go? Just go ahead.
I ain't done this in a long time.
But and we can pull up the clip, and I also still say my point.
Go ahead.
Play it. Are you want to play it first? Or?
No. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say. I don't want to cut you off.
Where I live now, and the way that things have been, because this was before, if I'm not mistaken, this is pre carry no license law in Georgia. So like now it's a whole different conversation as to what would be going on, what you could do, should do. And I think in a situation where, especially if I'm dolo versus a situation where I have people with me, my actions may be a little bit different. But now with the way that open carry shit work now, or not, well, it's not open.
So that's what changed it for real. The gun laws changed. The laws changed, so that changed how you operate, move, and maneuver.
And circumstances and situations. Play the clip though. I would love to see the clip.
Okay. I don't want to be too much yappage, but I don't want to.
Oh my God! You have the and this is peak age rated. Oh my God!
I don't want to be too much yappage. I don't want like context to be missed out, so I want to get a little bit before
the fucking timestamp.
With stage about the fucking beans that you post. Some niggas really do just let people do whatever the fuck they want.
Kid, elderly, to me that doesn't matter.
That's fine, but at a certain point, something got to give, and these are one way you should be able to sit there, whether you know the woman or not, and let that bitch get hit in the side of the fucking face with a brick.
And let me say this too, because I see somebody saying this is white knighting. Trust me,
I seen that bum ass nigga too. No one is trying to hit. It's simply not wanting to see a woman be hit by a man.
Well,
with a brick.
Let me also be clear. It don't matter if this was a man, this was a woman, this was a kid, elderly. To me, that doesn't matter. The idea of sitting there watching someone be physically harmed, and I am an able-bodied person and I can do something to stop it, or all these other things to like I can do something, as opposed to just sitting there turning my back, listening to somebody getting beat behind me. That's inhumane. And again, I think because we live in like Western society, we're literally conditioned to believe to be individualistic. Hey, it's not about you. Mind the business that pays you. It's just about you, et cetera, et cetera. But you wouldn't have been here without a community, whether it been, familial ties or other ties that made you a community. You wouldn't be here without other people. Society wouldn't run without other people. So to act like you just, fuck these guys, that's weird to me. That's crazy weird to me.
Now, someone said in the chat, hey, they talking about me. Oh, wow. I don't know what that was.
And I think the other portion of that, no, because even in the proposed scenario, again, where I live and I'm solo dolo, it's not gonna happen.
Reverse trap. Oh shit. I thought you got the actual card. I got the actual card.
No, I don't got an actual trap card.
Okay.
And I know niggas say, here come the goalpost move. I'm not moving the goalposts. People can change their mind. People can have new perspective. Laws can change. Laws can change where niggas in Atlanta can now just go get a gun. It's crazy because it was easy to get a gun in Atlanta before, and somehow it got easier. Somehow it got even easier. So I don't even know how that's possible. It's not even about me being wrong. Why are we saying it's wrong? I could change my mind.
You can't change your mind. That's why I asked what changed between this year and last. That's why
I know this is me and you, but I'm responding to chat. The chat. Yeah, I think niggas don't understand how much easier it is to get a gun, which is a crazy concept in a state where it's easy to get a gun. Plus in this situation, I mean, if we take it to this situation, what's it called? I got a visa. I'm trying to tell you, they not playing. Niggas think Donald Trump and them is playing. I know somebody on a visa that got in trouble. It's not like that. It's not like that. I'm telling you.
The president changed, Damo.
Listen, the president changed, the laws changed, and that makes sense. That's why I presented the question the way I did. I didn't want to be an asshole. I knew something had to have. A train of thought had to be switched. I get that. I just don't like how, again, and it's not you. It's mainly Holla introduced it, and then a bunch of little spawnlings just ran with the narrative on the timeline. I just don't like how saying, "Damn, the nigga could have said something earlier turns into you gonna stop your coworker from getting beat up at work by her boyfriend. Probably I would probably try to break up the fight. I wouldn't just want to watch somebody get beat the fuck up. Even if it was two men fighting and I'm at work, I'm probably gonna depends. But
I think the other thing that's being missed in there, and this is Biso's topic. When does content stop being content, become content, et cetera, et cetera? So like, I'm honestly surprised he didn't turn the camera around, because they say Emily was going up to the dude.
In front of him. Yeah, she confronted
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't whip the camera around to get that as content, because I know that's what they do. And that's another reason why, like, again, my thought process isn't even about the cameraman in the situation. Because this nigga is weird. But in that sphere or whatever, anything is liable to happen. And that's like, I mean, we done seen it happen every single week. We talk about this every single week. How does some IRL streamer take it too far? And not saying that's what should happen with them, but
I feel it.
Yeah,
content stop being content once the group of women that are doing the content are uncomfortable by this weird ass nigga who everyone is deeming as weird. That's what the content. Once niggas is following you, that's when the content stops. There has to be a separation from content and reality. And if you're saying, oh well, in that community, everything's content, that's the fucking problem. That's a problem. IRL streaming, everything's content. That's the fucking problem.
Well, I was actually pro keeping on recording just for like evidence purposes. Just
facts. I agree.
That's this whole separate conversation. Do you keep recording? Do you drop the camera? It's the lose-lose in the situation, but that's kind of like why, again, I'll reiterate that the conversation itself is kind of meh. Like we're talking about the cameraman and essentially giving him accountability or advice when, dude, that nigga walked up to 3 random women, got rejected, and said, "I'm gonna now kill you."
Plus, there's also security. There's also security. There's also security that's there. So it probably in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, behind me the security's happening. I'm keeping my camera on them so I can make sure that they're straight. He probably looking over his shoulder enough to know to put the arm out. He's trying to do too much. If I really had to analyze him, he's probably doing too much in an attempt to do it all, because he's trying to keep it on them.
Cut out.
You cut out. You
muted.
Oh shit, my bad. What about now? Y'all can hear me?
Damn, see how easy the Carolina turning to me for real. This is crazy.
No, it's this the mics with the that little push to mute thing. Now I don't know how you did that. This is a crazy concept. But what I was saying was, I think he was trying to do too much. He was trying to do it all at the same time, as opposed to picking a thing to do. So he's trying to record them, make sure that they safe. Mind you, Emily broke off from the pack, so she's approaching dude, trying to watch him or trying to watch her. Got the arm out. Security is here. So it's all this going on at one time, and instead of picking maybe quote unquote people say the right thing is, he just tried to do it all, and it's never going to be a right thing. So that's why nobody should really even take this. There's no real right answer. It's probably just what you would have did.
I'm just so sick of the chat. I'm so sick of the chat and niggas who think they're smart. We only know because the camera, correct? No one else would have believed this story if the camera wasn't on. Fuckface, they were streaming and niggas seen him be weird. I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume 30 seconds after him being weird, if the camera drops or cuts, and then they come back and explain, yeah, that guy that was visibly weird, the clip going viral of the guy getting rejected, that's so funny. Yeah, he turned into a real weirdo, and we had to cut stream because X, Y, and Z happened, and then X, Y, and Z stepped in, and this, that, and the third. I don't think that's an unbelievable story.
They already saying this is a stunt. They saying this is a stunt.
Yeah, those people are
not real.
And they also I feel you. People, there are going to be people that think everything is fake regardless. I give you that. But saying, oh, the masses wouldn't have believed it, the same people saying it's fake now would have been the same people saying it's fake had the camera cut 30 seconds earlier, 45 seconds earlier. And the whole security thing, going based off what we see on stream, what we actively see, the security was not involved enough. The security wasn't, honestly, I don't think they were involved at all. The way Senna had to turn around and scream security 18
Oh yeah,
times.
nah. The
pointing at the
security
nigga.
is where y'all can
No
be
way you're
on some.
Well, I
As a
don't-
nigga, as a
I can't
nigga who's
see
just
but-
now finished, he completed his security courses, and I am an active security guard. Let me tell you, if a motherfucker is shouting security at the top of their lungs and pointing like this, there isn't security there at the moment. They're getting security's attention. So only thing that was between him and them was probably open space and the cameraman looking over his shoulder. Which is why, again, I say, yeah, gang, the camera should have went down and that nigga should have been in full. Yo, y'all need to get the safety mode. But again, someone said it best: fight, flight, freeze, or flight. Fight, flight, or freeze, whatever the fuck it is. There's 3 different ways. There's 3 different ways.
Security is right here, though. I'm looking at it. Security right here.
Pull it up. Where?
Is it the dude in the blue jacket?
Yeah, the dude in the blue jacket. Security right there with him.
Yeah.
I would have to see again because the clip was mad
shit.
choppy. So
It's
Whoa.
the yeah. I thought this was the Miss Be Nasty.
I'm about to say,
Oh shit!
Whoa. This is this security right here in the blue jacket, and it's another dude behind him. It's like 2 security guards.
What's going on?
Oh,
You
shit.
muted. You muted that one.
I'm sorry. You said that's security?
That's security.
Right now.
What?
All them people right there. That's one.
Get away from him.
Hey, what's going
Yeah,
This is one over here,
Yeah, that gotta be
Security! He's harassing
right
us.
there.
Yeah, that gotta be at least 2.
on? What's going on? What's going on, man?
He be in security. Now security don't be securing shit. That's a
Very
different
true.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm about to say
But
we can
yeah,
talk
that's
about
security.
mall
We
security
can have
and beach
We can have that
security.
combo.
That's what I'm saying. Knowing security's there, it definitely takes the pressure off of me in terms of like my responsibility to protect in the situation. I feel like I don't know,
You trust them niggas that you seen in the blue?
especially if there's value for me to keep on recording. I'm gonna keep on recording. I'm gonna leave it up to the security.
Because
I
I'm
would
gonna
think
keep it
that you
honest.
would.
He put that camera down. It was gonna be on his shit. No, let me stop.
I'm pretty sure the board has cameras. I don't know.
Now that
Again,
I saw that theory. I don't agree with that one.
What was it?
The boardwalk has
has
cameras.
They do. Boardwalks have cameras, especially
I'm
in
not-
LA boardwalk.
I'm not saying boardwalks don't have cameras. Am I trusting a boardwalk's cameras? I don't think so. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. A lot of places got cameras.
I don't know. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's just me. I wouldn't think. The last thing on my mind is recording for evidence in a situation like this. I don't know. And that could be, again, this could be a fault on me and my psyche, which is why I said this initially. It could just be how I'm perceiving things that is just wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I don't want people to think that I believe I'm just so right.
I could be wrong too, Damo.
That's fine.
Big black man with a visa, they would have got you up out of here. I ain't gonna lie to you. They would have sent you back to where you belong.